Hey there everyone and welcome back to KarotKraft. I am Knife and I am here with episode number 16 of KarotKraft, and this is going to be a bit of a slower paced episode where I'm just going to go and explore some of the other server members' builds, starting with Jules and Urge's base. Jules is on, so hopefully I'll get to say hello, and that will be quite cool to see what they've been up to. I've had a bit of an issue with my computer recently where it's sort of been a bit weird for one, it wouldn't let me load up Minecraft or anything like that. And oh, what's going on here? Looks like somebody's been stripping leaves for a leaf Dave maybe. But yeah, it's been a bit weird. I've not really had yesterday, basically, I was just completely out of Minecraft. I couldn't do anything, so I had to sort of like restart from scratch. The board has failed us. Abolish the board. Okay. So yes, gonna head on down over here. This is their TCG arena for that, which is kind of nice. In there, it's kind of like got sort of like Aztec-y type vibes. And then as we move on down into here, we've got their amazing house, and of course it's raining, but oh well. So we can have a look in here. We've got some food going. We've got the invisible item frames on this server, which is nice to have, and just various different things, little mini blocks of these blocks here and that there, and then we've got like the library, which looks quite nice. Maps gone a bit wacky because for the TCG they had to do some random stuff with maps. Oh, that's interesting, having the beam in the fireplace there. This is kind of really nice. I'd have liked to have had them so that they could show me around, but they logged off before I got here, so that's a bit unfortunate. I've not really planned this. I'm just kind of like doing this just purely for the fact that I need to. So there's like their little factory type area, so they do a lot of little different farms and stuff. Like they've got the cactus farm here. This is their, I think it's a stone farm. I could be wrong. Yeah, cobblestone farm. So Urges did show me around this area a few weeks back, and obviously I forgot to record because, you know, that'd be an easy thing to do. This is an iron farm, I think. Is it? What's that doing? Yeah, that's going to be an iron farm. That's crafting them into iron blocks. So yeah, this is quite a nice, interesting build. So if I follow the path down here, we head over to Angel and Char's build, and this is like their first little starter house that they had. You would have seen this, I think, on like initial videos where I've been down here. I can't remember now if I did actually do that or not. I could be wrong, but this is really, really cool. They built stables for all of the horses that we ended up breeding, and sort of like doing this. Here's their sniffer farm, which I think has been moved, or they've just redone the landscape for it, because originally it should be, because I helped them with setting up the tracks for here, but this is like different now. I don't know if they've, oh, there might be a way down here. Aha, yeah. So they've got lots of different the different pods and everything in there. So, and it's getting dark. Is there a bed around? Let's see if there's a bed around. Oh, they have been sculpted. Oh dear. That's not very good. I'll go to sleep here. Anyway, that is quite interesting that somebody has sculpted them and put pumpkins there. That's from Halloween still. They've also been building a little bit over here as well, doing some boats and stuff. And I do know that if we go down here into this one, they've been developing this little lush cave area as well, and it looks adorable. They've got villagers down here. They've got a skeleton spawner, I think it is, and they got to stand here to activate that and do all of that. I helped them, Angel, with the construction of that because she was struggling a little bit with the water. The bridge is a new addition, I believe. No, they've got some sheepies in here and some chickens. I think I'm gonna head over to Dux's base, and we've been seen Dux on video a couple of times before, but not to like have a real good look at his base, and he's done quite a good job with like his building style on this. It's quite an interesting style. It's kind of like bringing the trial chambers out into the open. Again, I'm still not sure what this building was, although this is completely changed since I last was here. I'm just not sure what it is. Gunpowder, glowstone, red. Oh, is this to do with potions? Yes. Oh, this must be his potion shop, potion warehouse thing. Ah, okay. I know Zuma did a sort of brewing potions thing. I wonder if he's sort of like looked into doing something like that. That kind of is interesting and it looks really cool. I just saw this before when it was like a hole in the ground with like all the redstone stuff, so I couldn't really tell what it was. Now with the signs and everything, it makes a lot of sense. I hope I'm not spoiling anything. I know he does a lot of stuff on stream, so he might have already done this on his stream. So this is his area, which is really cool. Look at the ship that he's made, or the steamboat, as it were, steamer, sort of like a ferry type thing, which is really quite cool. And he's obviously got this food, tree seeds, other plants. Also, that's where he's got all his food and everything. And oh, he's got podzol and mycelium. I don't think he's made a shop for that yet. And he's on the board. He ought to. He ought to have a grips on the shop thing. And I did ask him for some podzol a while back, and I don't know if he actually delivered the podzol. So that's going to be, maybe need to speak to him because I want to finish off the Jurassic Bark build that I did before I get round to doing anything else on that. But these are really cool little builds. You've got stables here, and I think this is where like he started off with like his sort of starting base type thing. This little hole in the ground. sort of thing. But no, he's really been quite busy, to be fair. He's the one that's like sort of brought TCG to the server for this season. Did all of the sort of groundwork and everything for that. So there is one last place I want to check out actually before we head off. I have got a bit of time to do that, so I'm going to head over to there now, and we can see what it's like. So this does bring me back when the server first started. Really, the only way that we could get around the actual island was by boat or foot, because obviously we hadn't done the dragon fight at that point. Neither had we sort of like got any, so we hadn't any elytra or anything like that. So I remember a lot of the times I would grab my boat, head around the island to different places, particularly whilst there was no paths and things like that, to be able to get there safely. This is quite an interesting area actually. I can't remember who's been building here. There's like a factory unit. I don't know if they've been on for a while though. So we'll steer clear of that for now. But look at this. This is slowly getting into render. Wow. Okay. So there's another futuristic-y style builder on here, and this is Simi and Doodoo. They have been busy, and look at all these torches. I need to take a leaf out of their book, but this is, so I logged off here because I did I've gone around your base and had a look at your base for my next video.
Oh, cool.
I've just like been to a few different bases because I've not really been able to do much this week. This week has just been a crazy week. So
That's been my problem as well.
yeah,
this is the first time I've been on in like 3 or 4 days. It's just been so busy.
yeah, I've not seen Simeon for a while, to be fair.
Yeah,
So,
she started a new job like a month ago, and it's just occupying most of her time at the moment.
and I imagine taking away the energy as well.
Yeah, so she's a chef.
Oh
So
God,
most of
yeah.
her works in the evenings. So that's
Of
also
course.
the problem.
Yeah, I tell you what, because I'm here and you've logged in, I've kind of just like gone round and just sort of like seen. I have to say, like, I hadn't been here for a while, and I got told, I got asked the other week if I'd been over here, and I said, well, I have, but like a while ago, and they explained
Not
to me
recently.
they explained to me like the head thing on the security, but I hadn't seen. They didn't really say anything about all of these really cool looking buildings that you've got going on here. I noticed
Yeah,
that this is your iron farm. This looks really cool, by the way. This does. I really like the sort of the shape sticking out of it.
on the roads, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the this building here.
On the iron farm, sorry. I was
Yeah.
looking the wrong direction.
Uh,
Yeah, we found a weird picture on Pinterest, and we are like, yeah, let's try and copy that.
Yeah, at first I thought you like going for like like there were apartment buildings or something like that, but then like I realized that you could go down, and I was like, it's strange that you go down into the depths of it, and then and then I remembered that you'd got your, and then I was trying to figure out if it was like a sugarcane, not a gunpowder farm or something.
Oh,
But then I checked one of the chests and I saw that there was iron in one
yeah,
of them somewhere.
these ones here have the iron blocks from
Yeah,
the water crafters.
yeah,
Only the first row. But yeah, I think I've used most of the ingots out of here because
yeah.
I built a monster sheep farm like 1,000 blocks away.
Oh
And
wow.
it's got like, I think there's 18 of each color, and
Yeah.
each dispenser is filled with shears, and then there's like extra chests for all of them as well. So I mean, that was like the last huge project I worked on.
Yeah. So is it both you and Simi doing the building, or
So because she's been so busy, a lot of it's been me, but
yeah,
a lot of it is both of us. I mean,
yeah,
the iron farm was both of us.
yeah,
This weird contraption here that has some other smaller farms inside of it was
yeah?
both of us.
I was like saying because I knew that you'd done like a few different farms, and it looks like you kind of build the farms and then build the structures around them. Is that
Yeah,
yeah?
no, that's exactly because I never know how big our farms are going to be or like what's it going to entail. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's just easier make the farm and then make a
yeah.
structure.
So did you say that did you find all of these on Pinterest, or are some of these just like
Um,
your
no, so this one
brainchild?
here is actually this one was based off Exuma's when he did the bee season on KarotKraft.
All right.
We just changed up the colors completely because he
Yeah.
did like grays and yellows for it.
Yeah. So
So
what?
it's almost the same build except just different blocks.
So what farm does this do?
There's a note block on the side here.
Ah, okay.
It's very empty at the bottom, but if we go up all the way to the top of the bubble elevator, it's got some skulk-powered honey farms here.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so this was a new design that I saw some guy working on, and then I tried it, and it wasn't quite right, so I've got it to work, but one of
Yeah.
them, because there's 5 beehives per each, and one
Yeah.
of the beehives just seems to always lose its bottles, and I can't work that out why.
Oh.
But the rest of it seems to work fine. And
Yeah.
then like the layer below this is just a normal, whatchamacallit,
How did it?
the
Oh, is that because I
other
went in
farm.
the? Is that because I went in the honey? I got the sticky
Yes,
situation
you
thing.
slid out some honey. What were these ones doing when they shear the hives? You get the
Oh,
the
honeycomb. The honeycomb.
honeycomb. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are just like the simple bog standard.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
So do
Yeah.
they sometimes get stuck on the thing then, or how do you?
That's the first time I've actually noticed that. Because normally they shear it and it goes straight into the hopper underneath it.
Yeah.
So I might need to put like a minecart that pops out periodically to collect the ones that get stuck.
Yeah. I mean, is it quite
If you come downstairs, there's another layer. The layer that actually looks like it's completed is the middle of the storage. That's normal honey on that side.
Yeah.
Then tons of honey blocks, and then tons of the waxed honey on this.
nice?
The
So
wax
having like
honey
one
blocks,
or losing one or two isn't that big of a deal then.
No. I mean, most of our copper's fully aged as well, so I
Yeah.
don't need to like actually wax it.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the stuff is like half works in progress on things. Haven't really completed anything 100%.
yeah. So that's kind of similar thing with me as well.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the shulker farm has been here for ages.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to think of what building to put around it.
I
So, mean,
I
the
suppose
farm
it's quite
essentially is
difficult.
done.
I suppose it's quite difficult for shulker farms
So
because
these blocks are the closest you can build to it.
yeah,
Are all these shroom blocks, because if you build any closer, they all just start teleporting, and then
Yeah.
it's a nightmare to clean up.
so
But
I
this was the
imagine
most
I
recent.
imagine it's just going to be a face thing rather than an outside
Yeah.
facing thing rather than doing
Pretty-
too much inside or
Pretty much like this one here as well at the moment. I haven't made a door for it behind
Yeah.
you.
oh this one.
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
this was one that I really liked as well. Like I loved the style of this. So what's this one? Is this a tree farm?
This is the dual core spruce tree farm.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's a bit hard because you're not flying at the moment because you actually have to fly to get to it. So
Okay.
that's why it's also still like
I've
a
got
hard work
I've got
project.
drone mode so I can
Okay.
I can go
It was one
into
of
free cam.
Il Mango's designs from
Yeah.
ages ago. And then it stopped working properly, I think in the latest update.
Yeah.
And there's a few tweaks and changes that I've made to it to make it work again. And
Yeah.
I mean, you write like an hour, and it's like 30,000 spruce logs.
Wow.
So
Do you get
it's like
do you get the podzol as a byproduct, or
no.
no?
So it's not as
Okay.
fancy as like Ducks and Carrots Farm,
Okay.
where they like farming dirt and then getting
Yeah.
the spruce as a byproduct.
That's so cool. And I
But yeah, this is mainly so that you can just get chests and
yeah,
have wooden things when needed.
yeah, a bit like if you've seen Mumbo's recent videos, he's done like a load of, you got like a big bamboo farm and everything for like
Yes.
getting chests and stuff like that. But I really like this style of build that you've done here.
God,
Like
it was a nightmare
I
to build.
I can imagine curves that are bed, and you've kind of gone in. You've got it going in and out a little bit, and then
Yeah,
back
on
in
the
again.
back as well. Like every single side is a different curve almost. It was
Yeah,
an absolute nightmare to try and follow it, and because I did this just straight out of my head in
yeah.
survival. I didn't
Oh
build it in
wow,
creative or anything. I was like, no, let's just build it. And
that's
oh my god, it was a nightmare.
that is crazy that you managed to do that without actually needing to like
Well,
do.
that's why this is the next work in
Yeah,
progress here. So I normally start off with like a bunch of dirt pillars, and
yeah,
then do some rough framing of how I'm going to do it,
yeah.
and then start adding in the next blocks. So I mean, I've got some shape happening because this is going to be one long building that
Oh,
incorporates
okay.
both of these
Yeah.
farms.
So I
Um,
figured that this one is either a bone meal farm or a moss farm.
so it's a bit of both.
Oh
If you
yeah.
actually come this way, there's a piston elevator that takes you downstairs. And then
Oh my god, this is so cool.
yeah, so it's one of the reasons why I wanted to build something around here so I can actually incorporate this into the build properly.
Yeah. So how?
And
I
then
bet. I bet. Does that go like down quite? Oh, it's just a flying machine.
yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
just a
of
flying machine.
course. Yeah, you see, I used to play Minecraft back before flying machines were even a thing. So it's like
That's way back.
like so. Oh, my cat's on the keyboard. Yeah, so it's like really like interesting to see some of the things that you could do with redstone nowadays.
But yeah, so here you can either activate moss or bone meal. So the
Oh,
top two
nice.
slices of the farm are purely bone meal, and
Yeah.
then the bottom slice is moss.
Yeah,
It creates a crap ton of lag. They're running them both at the same time. So
yeah, I
that's
can
why I made
imagine.
it so you can't do them independently. And
Yeah,
then downstairs is pretty much just if this top storage gets filled up, I made like a mass overflow that just turns everything into bone meal.
yeah,
But I don't think I've run it for long enough to
yeah.
do anything yet.
Do you convert the bone meal into bone blocks?
There
Yeah.
is just this section here that's
Yeah.
in bone blocks. Because I do build with them occasionally.
Yeah. So I've a lot of my little tiny farms compared to this sort of thing. They run like I convert, so like the seed ones where you get seeds from and stuff like that, like the villager farms and stuff like that.
Yes.
I just get the seeds and whatnot to convert into bone meal and then bone blocks because it's just better that way. I think you were missing a piston or something, or there was a piston in the wall or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Oh, it
that-
was
that
missing a
piston's
block.
Actually, what? Yeah, that piston underneath there actually activates and stops the flying machine.
Ah,
So you kinda
right.
need one block missing. So I'm trying to figure out a workaround, and I think I can do it with a sticky piston.
Yeah,
I just need to pull the redstone back by one and have it powered, and then
Yeah.
unpower it to activate the machine.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's a little bit like I tinker with things here and there. I'm no redstone
Yeah.
genius.
So what I
Um,
quite no redstone genius. Yeah, but do you obviously? So if you followed like tutorials and stuff like that on how to do them, but do you actually understand how they work, or is it
Yes,
just
yeah.
So you know more than I do about like redstone in that regards, because I'll just follow a
So
tutorial.
some mechanics like completely boggle my mind, and
Yeah.
things I really don't understand. But a lot of the stuff, because I've been playing also this game for like 10 years now,
Yeah.
and it's just it's a accumulation of knowledge.
Yeah.
But the modern redstone really confuses me from the
Yeah.
1.19, 20, 21 updates. I
Yeah.
get so confused.
Oh, it was. I remember seeing this floor, and I was really amazed by it. Yeah.
It's so cool, but I hate placing these blocks.
that's that's
Directional blocks suck.
that's where I do think they could do with bringing in an actual like ratchet sort of thing.
Like, yeah, you get so that like spanner mod where you can
Yeah.
rotate blocks and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be quite cool to actually have.
Do you have a boat on you?
I do have a boat. Yeah.
Let me just.
Oh, that's what they were saying. Oh, that's
Yeah,
that. Yeah, they showed me. They were telling me
I
about
can't remember
this.
if there is a way up from a boat, so we'll have to see because the platform is slightly off the water as well. That is on there, then we can probably
Yeah.
climb up.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's what somebody mentioned. Somebody said, "Have you been over to here yet?" And it was this that they'd mentioned. The
Yeah, so it was purely an excuse so I could build a villager trading hall inside Wally.
Oh
Um,
really?
but unfortunately, the access is on top because I fly around a lot. So if you go into
Yeah,
your free cap,
yeah.
um,
I'll
you
go
can
into
go
current mode.
into his belly, and there's like a villager trading hall
Oh
inside of him.
wow.
And it's the one Impulse built a few seasons back where it's got
Yeah,
the auto zombie converter downstairs. I just had to redesign it completely because his was built in one long line. So I broke apart all the components and then
yeah,
redesigned it to fit my needs.
yeah. And then you
Yeah.
beat Wally around it.
I actually built Wally first
Oh,
and
did
then
you?
built this inside. Yeah.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's why I had to redesign the whole farm because I
So
was like,
you did a
yeah,
reverse of your usual
which was cool, but it was bloody stressful to get this all to fit inside.
I bet. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
um
I'm planning to put something in Eva, but
yeah,
I'm not quite sure what to put in there yet. I was thinking of just doing maybe like a basic creeper farm or something inside.
yeah.
But my next mega project, there's a mushroom island out to the northeast-ish from here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm converting that to a bone meal or a moss island slowly. It takes a lot of time.
I bet.
And then I'm building a huge project on there, but I'm not telling anyone what it is till it's done.
Oh, nice.
Because it uses 47,000 orange wool for the build as one
Oh,
of the blocks.
that's why that's why you got built
Yeah,
yourself a huge wool farm.
yeah, because I mean the wool shop was great, and I keep buying them out of orange wool, but like they can't keep up with my needs.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, it's like
And I don't want them to dye all their sheep orange and just AFK
yeah.
it for like 3 weeks just so I can get the wool I need.
No, that's really cool. Thanks for showing me around. I wanted a bit of.
I do have another farm further out, well, a little bit further out in the ocean there, but that's just a giant quad core slime farm. And then
Okay.
I got bored and I found a zombie spawner next door to it, and I dug out like another 6 chunks next to it underground and made a zombie conversion farm.
Oh, nice.
The reinforcement mechanic one. But
And
my internet connection's not great, so if I run it for too long, it actually starts lagging me out, and then I get kicked.
so what I quite like about your thing is you got like this sort of almost cottage core sort of style initially going, and then it's kind of moved into like and transitioned into this sort of like futuristic style of
Yeah,
builds.
it's very odd. Because I mean, we wanted to start off with the futuristic eco city style,
Yeah.
but getting those blocks early game isn't that easy. So I made a joke to
Yeah.
Sim that we should just build like a glass dome over the cottagecore village and have it like a piece of history
Yeah.
that's like part of the city, but like it's now encapsulated in a dome.
Well, it's quite what you could almost do is like, do you know how like in Japan they have like the traditional sort of like Japanese style stuff and then you can
Yeah.
like if you go down like little side streets and stuff like that, you can find like the little baths and things like that, and then you got all the skyscrapers. You know, a bit like how Smallish Beans has been doing in KarotKraft, with
Oh yeah, but that's on another level.
so he's got all of the tall futuristic cyberpunky style buildings, and then he's like hidden little bits of sort of the old traditional
builds.
style sort of thing. So it could
Yeah.
work in that sort of regard. You know how like a lot of building like cities, particularly cities that have been around for like thousands of years
They kind
now.
of have the older buildings still
Yeah.
remain, and they've just built up around it.
Yeah, and then or sometimes even even changing older buildings, incorporating some of the newer stuff as well, might be quite interesting. This one here that's quite close to it, a feature to it where it's sort of like has the newer sort of style being incorporated, but it's like as like an extension sort of thing.
But it's like traditional roots almost.
Yeah, and it would kind of like showcase like the difference between the new and the sort of old, and like the road sort
That's
of like
a brilliant idea.
So yeah, that'd be quite cool to see sort of
really
happen.
Great idea.
But no, I really like this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed walking around and seeing some people's builds on this server. Some people are really incredibly talented, and yeah, I just really enjoyed doing that. Hopefully next week I'll have a bit of a more productive video. It's just I've had a lot going on this week. But as the sun starts to set, what I'll say is, until next time, I'll see you later. Oh, look at that, there's even a villager trading hall in here.